Let's say you came across this question in your chemistry exam. How will you solve it? It is very easy. Now let's solve together. The question says, calculate the number of moles present in 200 cm cube. This is cm cube of 0.2 moles per, this slash here means per dm cube H2SO4 solution. How do we solve this question? This question is extremely very easy. From the look of things, they are asking us to calculate the number of moles. And you must note here that number of moles is symbolized as N. And there are several formulas for number of moles. So the parameters given to us in this question will determine the formula we are going to use for number of moles. Now the first parameter I can see here is 200 cm cube. What does cm cube talks about? Cm cube is simply volume. Any number in science that ends with cm cube tells us that that particular number is a volume value, whereby another parameter I saw here in this question is 0.2 moles per dm cube. And also in science, specifically in chemistry, any number that ends with moles per dm cube is simply what we call concentration. Please listen very well. Any value or any number that ends with moles per dm cube is simply what we call concentration. And now there is a formula for number of moles that relates both parameters, which are concentration and volume. What is that formula for number of moles? It's simply this, which is number of moles is equal to concentration, please listen very well, times volume divided by, listen. Now, let me tell you something about this volume. We have in some practice questions whereby the volume will be given in cm cube as seen here. Now, let's say for instance, as seen in this question, the volume is in centimeter cube. Please listen, whenever the volume in a practice question and they are asking you to calculate number of moles, and you can see now that the parameters given to you is between volume and concentration, and whenever the volume is in cm cube, you divide by 1000. But let's say, for instance, the volume is not in cm cube, then we write another form of the formula, which is same concentration, all right, times volume, all right. But in this case now, the volume is in dm cube. Please, in this case, we are not to divide by 1000. We'll just leave it like that. Are you there? So whenever the volume in a practice question is given in dm cube, you just say concentration times volume in dm cube, or sometimes you just say divided by 1, which is like saying nothing. So divided by 1, meaning everything up divided by 1 is still that thing. Are you there? So from the parameter given to us in this question, we have number of moles will be what's our concentration. The concentration was given to be 0.2, all right, moles per dm cube times what's the volume in the question? 200 centimeter cube. So in this case, we have to divide by what? 1000. What become number of moles when we hit our calculator? We get 0.04 moles. I believe you are following. They are all very easy. Now, here is your own practice question based on what I just explained. You are still to calculate number of moles, but in this case, the volume will change from being in cm cube to like, let's say, 30 dm cube. So you can see now the volume is now in what? Dm cube. And now let me just change the concentration value to be, let's say, 0.4 moles per dm cube. So this is your practice question. Ensure you calculate the number of moles, all right, present in 30 dm cube of 0.4 mole per dm cube H2SO4 solution. You can see I did not use the compound at all because the parameters we are relating is simply volume and concentration. But in more practice questions under this aspect, because this topic is on a very vital aspect in chemistry called mole concept, which is the preliminary to understand properly stoichiometry in chemistry. And I already have a full video lesson that explains from the scratch on the topic stoichiometry. I explained mole concept. I solved so many practice questions similar to this, and also on other formulas for number of moles. Remember, I said that we have various formulas for number of moles, but for this type of question, this is the formula for which to apply whenever you see volume and concentration and they're asking to get number of moles. This is the formula to apply, but you just have to be careful about the volume specifically. If volume is in cm cube, divide by 1000. If volume is in dm cube, don't divide by 1000, just times your value and you are good to go. We've come to the end of this video lesson. If you found my video lesson helpful, make sure you click on the subscribe button to my YouTube channel and also share my lessons with your friends. Thanks for watching.
To have more understanding about chemistry calculations and solving all of this type of questions, I already have them on the chemistry masterpiece, okay, which is calculations and keynotes in chemistry. So if you are preparing to write the JAM exam, this book is very, very important for you. Now, for more information getting the chemistry masterpiece, do well to direct message me via my WhatsApp number. It will be on the screen.